exponentially.
I haven't
implies
any
that it's
education.
Like,
I don't even know how exponential works.
there you go.
As in arts, like I don't know.
Yeah, you're gonna get a message from Oz. Don't worry.
I'm super getting a message.
You will know by the end of today what exponential.
That's how you
truly
learn,
means.
though. You just throw out questionable numbers and force the triggered people on the internet to
do the math for you.
Exactly.
It's called the Twitch calculator, and it is.
I'm sure that one goes well to Twitch calculator.
Oh yeah, no, that's exactly how you do it. Like everybody in Twitch right now, they're doing the numbers right now.
Yeah.
Like, what is the % chance that EG wins this game? They're doing the math for us right now.
They stole the Viper so they could pick Spectre as well. Wait, the South American region, they play a lot of Viper support actually.
Viper 5.
Yeah,
I didn't think about
this could be
that.
what we're seeing here. Because
I like that.
I think that's exactly what they're doing. And they force out a Wind Ranger, who I think EG, they've realized this now, that this is a Viper support.
So now they're going to make it a 4 Wind Ranger.
They're going to make it a 4 Wind Ranger, and they're still going to have a matchup. But I don't think 4 Wind Ranger matches the same way against 5 Viper as they do mid lane.
That's true.
Nagasiren, classic for Spectre, I think. He haunts, you sleep, comes out in your favor. You push out a lot of lanes and out-farm this hero, and eventually, because your map presence is so good, you'll be able to take a good fight.
Can I just say that Wind Ranger pick is freaking sick? Can you just imagine how many heroes there are in the game that can be flexed between 2 and 4, and also lane well against Viper?
I think that's actually a thing as first pick. A lot of teams, it's a little bit less now, but especially around the time, what's that misery resolution team, DC?
Yeah.
When they were getting really good, they had a concept. It was like called a debate pick. So from first pick, you would pick a support core flex because you don't get to see the last pick. And on second pick, you would pick a core flex because you have the last pick. It was 22 pick at the time.
Yeah.
Because then you can flex those heroes. So on first pick, you actually want a hero like Wind Ranger that can go core or support. Second pick, you want a core hero like Magnus who
that can be demoted.
Yeah. So we're actually seeing that from both teams here. It's a really good concept.
Baits on debates.
It's just when I saw the Viper, I didn't even. They've definitely done their homework, and now that you mentioned it, I remember it. But I didn't even consider that as a 5.
Right? Like, yeah. And it's strong as a 5. We'll see it for sure in the playoffs with No Ping playing. But I watched a couple of their games, and there's a reason it's permaban versus them.
It's very strong in lane. What do they use past the lane though? How do they make it work?
I mean, he just has a break. He's good at stacking camps. He's a decent frontliner. Like, it's not like he's terrible. And honestly, he's a stupid 5. Like, I'm a 5 player, so I know, but 5s don't have to do anything. You just play some wards, do a little bit of damage in team fights, and you yell at your cores when they don't carry you.
True. My supports do not do anything.
My cores don't do anything.
I am used to laning with Slacks while I've been here, though, so I guess my perspective's a bit skewed.
Yeah. That will definitely do it to you. The Kunk's going to be bad up.
I think the Naga pick is pretty cool this game. In specific, I think Arteezy plays a very special Nagasiren. I think his opinion on Nagasiren is that if he gets to a certain point in the game early enough, the enemy team shouldn't get to play Dota. And not because he's fighting them raw. He will like go to mid lane and split his illusions to cut all 3 waves. He'll go for like a SMY or Manta into Orchid and like use that wave pressure to actually get pickoffs. I invented Orchid build, by the way. I'll take credit for it. Thank you. But
you're welcome.
Yeah, it's a very specific style of Nagasiren, and I think it'll work out pretty well this game.
Yeah, what Naga does is she's really good at invading the opponent triangle super early because she applies a lot of lane pressure on the tower as opposed to the other illusion heroes. Like Terrorblade, yes, he takes towers, but it's after 10, 12 minutes in the game. Naga can actually use like a 5-minute catapult timing to potentially take that tier 1 tower, or at least continuously pressure. And then once you do that, you just migrate yourself into the enemy triangle and do the double cut wave early and then transition that exactly what you
also,
said.
she's just like annoying because even if you commit resources to find her there, she just presses sleep, right?
Yeah.
Like if you're Terrorblade, like you'll just die there. She's the only hero in Dota that can do this.
The goal against Spectre is to trade ults, right? Against Spectre, she's going to push Haunt, and you just immediately push Sleep, and you're much happier playing without your ultimate than Spectre is. Now, this is a bit surprising to me. Apparently, they have committed to the Wind Ranger mid, which...
They can play Sky mid, too.
I guess so.
If they see a really good matchup. I think it's more likely it's Wind Ranger mid, for sure.
Okay.
But, I mean, that's... If I think about Abed as a player, like having a lot of magical bursts, he could make either of these work.
Okay.
I mean, this is the beauty of first pick. Like, if you pick heroes like this, then you get to choose your matchup. Like, versus Ember, I think you actually want Wind Ranger. I was thinking Scarlet, but you actually have really low armor. You might get slighted off lane.
So they do go for Ember. Out of all the spirits, I thought it might have been the weakest option because...
They have power, though.
I'm saying because it doesn't stun the guys that are in the back. Like the Skywrath mages and the wyverns. I thought with the Storm or a Void, you have the silence from either the Ags, from the Void, or the Orchid.
Wyvern is actually good for Storm. Because Storm doesn't do enough damage, Wyvern's actually a sort of tanky hero. I think Ember is actually better versus Wyvern specifically. But I can see your point. Like, when Ember goes in, and if you get a turnaround on him with like a Skywrath silence or whatever, that can be very bad for you.
That's what I'm concerned about, but it does match up very well against Naga, and like you said, it has the mag. I think
they need something to deal with the map. That's the most important thing. When Naga Siren's pushing all your waves, like you need this Ember Spirit, drop a Remnant, TP.
He is the best split pusher out of all three. That's a good point.
I don't like if you have Storm or Voice when you have to TV back, you're not coming back into the fight.
I like Beast Coast draft a lot more this game than I did game 1. They always are pretty light on stuns, and we see that again here. I don't believe in Naga. You know, I think Beast Coast is the better draft here.
Yeah.
Now that you've sold me on the Emberverse Wyvern being better.
I mean, I like EG's draft just because I think I don't believe in Naga Siren as a hero, but I believe in Arteezy's Naga Siren. While watching him in pubs, he plays a hero like how I theory craft the hero should work, and he does it very well. I think they have enough teamfight to back up the Naga Siren sleep that it'll look like a real teamfight hero if we set something up.
He baited me into thinking it was going to be Beast Coast, so I'll retract it. No.
Literally, I agree with anything that AUI says. That's what I do as well.
Though is, I think Beast Coast draft is way better than last game for EG's. Like, I don't think EG has a clear draft advantage. I just think I'm from NA, so EG's just going to win every game.
True.
Except against Quincy, because EG's not even the best team in NA.
True.
Yeah.
True W.
Yeah.
But we're about ready to get this one underway. If you do remember in the first game, it felt like it was decided, honestly, in the first 5 minutes. Are we going to have a different scenario this time around? Are we going to have another draw? We find out right now.
Feels like the roles are a little bit reversed there now. Beast Coast with a much more solid draft, more team fight, more ability to catch people, and EG going for the Weasley little draft plays, pulling out a Skywrath Mage and a Naga at the end.
I'm kind of having the same feeling about TB from the last game. Not enough stuff to deal with the Naga Siren in this one. Limited on the silence. I believe they don't have a single silence. They don't. And they also picked the Ember Spirit. Panel talked about how, like, which spirit they're going to pick. You're never going to feel too confident playing into Skywrath Mage. The best silence in the game, instant silence pretty much as Orchid. So he could potentially struggle, especially with the early rotations. Looking at the team fight, they have Magnus, but also on the other side, EG has that Winter Wyvern to split the team fight. They have a Song of the Siren, Mars Arena. If they don't feel comfortable fighting, they can easily just press one button, say see ya, and then reset.
Yeah, absolutely. And an early smoke here from EG. Coming quickly out of their fountain across the map. K1 very close in the vicinity of EG's initiation. They spot him, the smoke breaks, concussive shot started off. What's the follow through here? Isosice with a spear maybe, he's holding on to points. Now it's launched in towards the Spectre, and that Arctic Burn from Fly slows her down, but tanky enough to withstand the burst. Even had stick charges. And
same ward
sustain
placed on the mid lane. Let's see if they decide to de-ward it once again. Schofield last time around went in and de-warded it.
We'll see if they get that done again. K1, of course, all the way back to Fountain to regen, and there is another sentry coming. Ember Spirit bringing one for himself, so yeah, they're going to get rid of that Observer Ward quite quickly. And onto the topic of that Viper we see there, Stinger. A support Viper, something we've seen a fair amount in South America. Pandaboo playing a lot, a number of the South American teams in Div 1 and Div 2 using it to quite a lot of success. I don't think we've seen Beast Coast use it that often, though. So it's interesting that they're adapting their draft against EG here.
I personally have not seen it in Southeast Asia nor Chinese region. I also don't believe that I've seen any in Europe. But on paper, sounds good. Let's see how it works in the actual game. Paired up with Spectre, so you're going to be annoying. You also need to deal with the Skywrath Mage crit, starting with more region. Understands that there's going to be a lot of harassment coming out from Viper, 6 Tangos, and the Fairy Fire. We're getting that concussive shot, and they are swapping the lanes. They want to have Arteezy on bottom, so it's very hard for Stinger to find real Naga Siren. It's going to be very hard to deal with. Right now, they're keeping a tri-lane.
Yeah, they bring Schofield down here. The Snapfire and Viper stacking up the damage for first blood. K1 gets it. Stinger with a Fairy Fire turning back onto crit as well. Concussive shot in the final touch. get the kill, but trading out 2 for 1 as Beast Coast stamp their mark on that bottom lane.
Unfortunately for SirActionSlacks, he did not have just that little tick of damage to get the experience. Also, I don't know if you can hear Slacks through our microphone. My man's really loud out there.
He's excited. I think everybody is. Some beautiful Dota 2. Chris in that mid lane. Ember versus Wind Ranger. Not something that we see particularly often, and like the panel was saying, the Wind Ranger was kind of picked in response to the Viper, but they keep Abed there, and how do you reckon this one goes?
A lot of harassment coming out from the Wind Ranger. No point in Wind Run yet, just have a shackle shot on it, potentially to grab a kill. Both mid laners about to have their bottles with the... I don't think we're gonna see a kill until level 6. It's gonna be very hard. You need to make a big mistake. Everyone's gonna be full HP. Heroes that can rotate, Snapfire, not the greatest one, especially against Wind Ranger. You're always gonna feel that threat of a Wind Run. She runs away, but for SirActionSlacks, he has a much bigger rotation potential on a mid lane with that silence, with that concussive shot, so could potentially make a rotation there. And now we see Stinger actually playing the top lane as Viper with Whisper Magnus.
K1 and Schofield getting embroiled in a bit of a scrap there with Crit and Arteezy. Naga Siren, last hit wise, currently 3-1, 11-1 for K1. Some beautiful last hit in there from the Spectre, and Arteezy struggling a little bit. It's quite an interesting situation, because usually you would think Naga Siren, you know, first 3-4 minutes doesn't matter that much. You know, it's nice to get last hits, but she definitely wants to be looking towards that mid to late game. You can go farm jungle quite effectively, and I think Aoi was saying split pushing out, cutting waves with all of your illusions. But Spectre's also a hero that if you give a good start, can scale very early on. So it's that balance between the two of them that EG do have to keep in consideration.
Oh, in a bit of a trouble here.
K1, cookied away, and has the salve. Oh,
gonna get
the Arcane
cancelled.
Bolt cancels it.
That's pretty big. Does he have another one? Doesn't, but it will actually bring 2 healing cells back to the bottom lane.
There's Schofield, the salve spamming out. Stinger getting picked off by Ice on this Viper Magnus lane. That's something we've not looked too much at, but yeah, Fly and Ice there doing an exceptional job.
We have seen what Viper in position 5 can do. If you get that Holy Locket, you get the talent, increase the healing, you max out the Cold Embrace. This time around bottom.
K1 again. This magic damage just keeps flowing from Crit, and Arteezy brings down the Spectre. Some vengeance for EG. Schofield also open up, and a double kill for Naga Siren. The 1-1-1 build there from Crit. As top lane, Stinger's Viper yet again caught out of position. And usually with this Viper, we do see it in the position 5, and we've seen it struggle a few times when you put it into this offlane role because the lane is so wide open and you're such a slow hero.
Viper, I've seen a lot of Vipers on the offlane and talked to AOI about it. He's like, yeah, you know, this hero doesn't feel good. You tend to win your lane first 5-10 minutes and then you just fall off, especially if you decide to for more of a greedy route. Let's say you get Boots of Travel, you get no value out of it, suddenly you feel like a creep pretty much.
Yeah, you need so many items, like we've seen the Arcane's mech, the Rod of Atos, the pipe. It feels like you need utility, but you also need the Boots of Travel, like you mentioned, to actually play the map. Schofield being hounded by these illusions, and Arteezy, the final bit of damage there.
Range Naga Siren.
Just enough.
There you go.
Got a long sword.
Bottom lane going really well for them, not in terms of CS, but they managed to get 4 kills already. Arteezy has been involved in every single one of them, and also getting some XP, right now level 4. Crit, going for a bit of a different build, maxing the Ancient Seal, which is something that I've seen Jinq does. He tends to play a lot of SirActionSlacks, just have that extra, it scales really well. Duration, 1 second, it's always 14-second cooldown, but the extra magic damage as well, like putting more points than 1 in Arcane Ball just feels bad.
Yeah, absolutely does. And in particular, against an Ember Spirit, you want that silence to catch out Chrysaluck when he is trying to slip around. Do you expect Chrysaluck here to consider a Yule Scepter as a defensive item? Or do you want to see like a Maelstrom BKB?
If he gets a Yule Scepter first item, he might not be able to scale. Yeah. I think the
even with mag?
Maelstrom is gonna be good, maybe.
Oh, look at that!
Oh, skewer back.
Yeah, skewer into spear, back and forth. He's got rewind on the Magnus, basically. Shockwave connects on Ice. And Stinger still here with that damage over time, ticking over with the poison attacks. Iso in the neutral camp, but it looks like they won't be able to get the aggro onto the Mars and get that kill for Whisper.
Try to get a deny or possibly force Whisper to use his magic wand charges. Whisper holding tight onto it, does not even flinch. But to go back to the item on the Ember Spirit, maybe get the, you know, Javelin and the Mithril Hammer, see how it goes. And then get a BKB if it's needed, if the fight goes well. Get that Maelstrom into BKB. I think that's the safer choice. Because with the Yule Scepter, you know, you have at least mag with you. But I've seen so many Ember Spirits just falling off short in terms of getting to the top of the network if you decide to go for it.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. K1 getting turned on a bit there. Schofield with the attempt on the Sky. And just back to that moment we saw previously, Chris Luck, he's such a boss. Even though he didn't get the bounty rune, he tried the slight onto the Skarath Mage bounty steal. Little nifty moves you can try there with your Ember Spirit as Arteezy is hunting in the jungle. Schofield juking around that one little tree stump, past the crystals, scatter blast back onto Naga, and Arteezy here.
Gary, what are these crystals? Like, how did they come up with this idea? You got any lore?
I don't have a bloody clue, man. Not a single idea. Whisper down, Fly. Picks him up. Iso traded out, and this Viper stacking up the damage, but the TP home. Successful from the Wyvern.
Green Dragon, stronger than a Blue Dragon. Maybe not against the Blue-Eyed White Dragon. Is it Blue-Eyed White Dragon?
I think so.
I forgot, didn't see that in 20, 25 years.
That's an old meme. You're showing your age there, Lacoste. Arbed, focus fire.
There's the
silence. Shot and silence. And Chris Luck, he's popped his wand, he still has the Remnant to play with as he slides and jumps across to the left-hand side, away from the power shot, and gets out of the range of Wind Ranger.
Maybe overlapping for a second. Still don't think it would be enough. Spectre with the Haunt.
Coming in for Wind Ranger, absolutely is. Arbed has Wind Run ready, though. K1 Stinger.
That's a big commitment. Spectre using 3-minute cooldown not to get anything out of it. It's one of those feels bad moments.
Maybe they thought Chris Luck would be a little bit closer there. And Schofield now also showing himself and in danger to Arteezy and Fly. Poor little Grandma. Gets one more Scatter Blast out, but the ensnare point up there. There's Krent with that low armor getting slapped around by the Ember Spirit. And Schofield, he's dragged EG all the way across to this bottom part of the map, doesn't lose his life and gives Chris Luck a freebie on the Sky. And maybe another one. Fly has to cold embrace himself. Arteezy holding the line there, making sure Chris Luck doesn't get too much out of this. No wand charges, no bottle. Pretty low and limited on the mana pool here, but he's just spamming Sleight of Fist. He's got the right clicks, but now Wind Ranger comes in with another focus fire, and Chris Luck has pushed his luck, shackled up to a tree, and he's dead. What he gets Fly anyway. Oh, you cheeky devil.
Chris Luck got what he came for. Got that kill. Not really worth it, you know, but trading a kill for position 5.
Space for K1.
Gotta stay positive.
Open that map for the Spectre. She's now ditched the bottom lane, trying to build the Blade Mail on that Spectre, while it looks like Whisper there going into that utility build. The Arcane's the Blink. Maybe see the Force Staff. Might consider even the mech or the pipe if he needs it. And Schofield's gonna feel the power of Mars. Arena and the Spear. Just enough to hold him in place.
I don't think Mortimer should be allowed to jump over the arena. He eats so many cookies. He's definitely not in shape to jump over that arena. Trust me, Gary.
Oh, he didn't skip leg day, did he? He's got very powerful thighs. He can jump as high as he wants to. Oh, we've seen this story before. 10 minutes ago, K1 this time has to tank up all that damage. Magical burst from the Mars, the Sky, and of course, that Wind Ranger power shot.
It's too much damage. Power shot, the procs coming out from the Javelin, on top of the Ancient Seal, 40%. That's quite a lot. Actually maxing it out. I like it. I really like it in this game.
Yeah, gets straight through the Spectre, bursts her into oblivion. Well, she is top of the net worth right now, but yeah, not for long. Leapfrogged by Arbed's Wind Ranger. Naga not too far behind. It's definitely a much better start by Beast Coast.
There's the
silence. They've got to try and keep it going as Chris Luck. Oh my God! Just a power shot takes him down from like 80 to 10% in a split second.
He tried to snipe him. Wasn't close, but a good try.
And the past couple of minutes here for Chris Luck it's been a little bit of a struggle. He's moving around, he's creating that havoc and chaos while Stinger is stacking camps for K1. Blade Mail up for the Spectre, so can quite easily clear through these wonderful stacks made by his position 5.
That's going to be a lot of
neutrals as well.
Different build on Spectre. I like Blade Mill a lot more in this game. We've seen Echo Saber being extremely popular throughout the major, but against Windranger, against Sky, it just feels really good.
So you can't focus fire the spec basically, can you?
Nope.
Possessed Mask as well. Bit of lifesteal to keep him going.
Pop the Blade Mill.
And then run away.
Not a lot of value, but it is what it is. We have a healing cell. What are these Vipers on position 5 even buy?
Well, we've got an arena first. The cookie over that Mars arena gets away from Ice, and Chris Luck not really a target they can go for, while Kiss is launching onto Fly, landing a couple of them, and the Chris Luck is there. Slicing through the Wyvern thanks to Schofield, as EG's aggression turned around on them.
We didn't talk too much about Arteezy in this game. He's been very involved at the bottom lane in 6 kills. Now needs to go away from it. It feels a bit too dangerous. I want to see when he starts split pushing the map at this point. In and snare, a lot of value actually.
Tons of damage onto Whisper.
Good setup.
And all accelerated by the level 4 Ancient Seal. I mean, item-wise on Viper, Pos 5 Viper...
It's nothing. Mostly he just does so bad that he can't even get that item. Okay.
Although we've seen like Medallion. Like Medallion's quite a common one. It's quite an easy item to pick up little by little. And it looks like, yeah, Solar Crest going to be coming through from Stinger. But it pretty much has been like Tranquils, Bassi, Solar Crest, and then either the game ends and you're winning, or the game ends because you're losing. And Whisper needs just a couple hundred more gold for this Blink Dagger. Has, of course, the maxed out in power, so keeping the Spectre at the top of the net worth. Nice gap there between her and the Naga Siren. And it could be time to fight here for them with Haunt, with Blink RP.
Smoke from EG.
And they're getting ahead of the curve, aren't they? They know these item times are coming. And this time, Schofield is not going to be able to cook himself over the arena or away from the power shot. Silenced up and backstabbed by Fly.
Extra 45% magical damage coming up to Maelstrom on top of the power shot, which is 450 damage.
Where's
Gary,
Chris Luck going?
you can do the math, but
where's Chris Luck going?
Goes back to Fountain. It seems. Right now he has. Okay, he had Javelin queued up, but I was thinking that he might need to adjust his item build. You talked about the Yule Scepter. Yule Scepter is okay. Now he switched back to BKB. He might need a BKB like straight away. Understands that this Skyrat Mage, the build that he went for, maxing out that silence, is just gonna ruin him. So needs a defensive tool.
Yeah, he's not been able to play his game really there. I mean, he rounded across thinking about maybe defending that bottom tier 1 with the rest of his team, but instead gets caught out in the hands of EG. Beast Coast looking to make some waves in that mid spot though. Arcane Rune for Chris Luck. And they've got that Blink RP. Whisper with his finger on the trigger, ready to strike. But this is the portion of the game that Howie was talking about. The Naga Siren, you know, bringing illusions into mid, spreading out, cutting out waves, farming Ancients.
It's very hard. They don't have also any kind of tower damage on the Beast Coast. The level 1 Little Shredder, not even a Blightstone on top of it. So they will have issues just dealing with they need to bring numbers. They also need to play with the catapults, and Naga Siren will be very annoying in the mid lane. Cutting the creep wave, and we can see drawing on the minimap. Arteezy, like, I'm gonna go there, send the illusions. He's also ready to set things up with the Song of the Siren if needed.
They want to go on Arteezy here. Whisper is really patiently biding his time, and look at Ice. He knows something's happening. He's trying to figure out, where are they? Let's get some vision of them. I'm gonna run forward past the creep wave, try and pop a smoke. I want to see where this Magnus is.
You pretty much have 2 of the best resetting tools in the game. Vibrant Ulti plus Naga Siren. So even if you don't like to take the fight, press the button on your keyboard and reset it. Like, they commit heavily. It's not going to be an easy game for Mag, especially because historically Vibrant has been a great counter to Mag. You know, they're going to be grouping around that RP. One good ulti, hero dies. We're going for a different item build this time around. No Holy Locket yet. Ether Lens to be able to cast it from the distance. Same goes for Skyrat Mage. This time around, not going for a greedy build, no Road of Aethas, just that Ether Lens.
I mean, if you get the catch onto someone up and RP, there's the blink reveal with the kisses on top of the Wind Ranger, but still reasonably tanky with the raindrops, the one charges. K1 gonna hound her, chase into the trees, and the shockwave clears through Abed at last. Some serious expenditure though there. 2 ultis, and the Spectre needed to get involved. Still a good kill on the Wind Ranger. But you're right, these 2 ether lenses, Sky and Wyvern with both of them, looking just to outrange the fog, outrange the vision so they can catch Chris Luck unawares with the silences or the curse.
Beast Coast will gladly slow things down a bit. They used RP.
Chris Luck, Arena Spear silence, dead in a blink of an eye.
And when I said slow things down, I didn't mean slow their farm by dying.
No, but Crit is going to trade out his life for it. Now the skewer back, Whisper. They're going to find Ice in the trees. Vipers come in, Stinger with another toxin, and the poison damage stacking up. K1 comes in. I do get a couple of kills.
Spectre about to finish Manta style. I think it's already flying out to her, so Roshan, potentially, if they take a good fight. I don't think they can just go in and take it, because Spectre illusions, you get the Desolate damage, which is almost maxed out. You have the Dispersion as well. Spectre is just farming a lot more with that Empower.
Yeah, the steroid effect, so potent. Oh, the chains don't land on the real Arteezy. Nagasaren's going to come across and help Abed fly on top of Schofield. Snapfire dead.
Double Bullwhip. Both teams pick it up.
And time to crack on in towards that mid lane for EG.
AOI talked about how position 5s, they don't have to do anything, and this is exactly what Viper's doing. Just a bit of warding, try to get some farm.
Arteezy moves aggressively here onto Whisper, and that minus armor, the Riptide shreds through him. Spectre all caught up in the Winter's Curse, but Stinger comes in with the medallion, and now that reset button you talked about. Hit the big red button,
Arena
hold the fight out.
8.
In the back, no, Fly's being burnt alive by the Flame Guard, and the Remnant forward. Back in we go for Beast Coast, but they can't stick onto a target. Magnus for Wyvern is how it ends.
Spectre's becoming a huge problem. Level 15 compared to Naga, who just hit 14 as well. Think about Nagasiren is she's not close to a lot of the creeps that she kills, because most of the time it's just illusions. But carry-to-carry matchup, Spectre should be ahead in this one. Nagasiren has a big power spike once she gets like 2-3 items, but in this game, I don't think it's enough. You still have 2 cores who benefit from the Empower. Arena.
Yeah, onto the Snapfire. All out on her own, but a good skewer back. Whisper sets it up with a shockwave. Now the toxin from Stinger as well. Chris Luck putting damage back into Ice, and again, Beast Coast come out on top in the trade.
That break mechanic against Mars coming through very nicely. Mars is actually a hero that has 77% win rate so far.
Yeah, he's been doing great.
Over 20 games. It's not like he won, you know, just a couple. He won 4 out of 5.
I think I heard Jenkins on the other stream talking about it, that the fact you've got teamfight zoning, teamfight catch, you've got great laning with God's Rebuke, tankiness and aura, the ability to buy a number of items, and the displacement tool and magic damage in the spear just makes you such a great, well-rounded hero, and the fact that a lot of players have just got better.
Yeah, this is something that we talk about a lot, displacing tool.
Ember Spirit. There's a great chakra shot. Abed's on top of Chris Luck, and the rest of EG have arrived.
Before, if analysts wanted to sound smart, they said like wave showing, stuff like that. But now we use displacement tools.
Yeah.
That's even more sophisticated.
Well, I mean, Jenkins was saying repositioning tool, and I think that's just a little bit lowbrow. So we go for the big words here on this cast, don't we, Lacoste?
Yeah, we do.
Ice. Forces the Manta out of K1. Gets away from the spear, and look at that damage. Spectre just turns around on him, pirouettes, and slaps the Mars down. Being sent to go and meet Hades as Crit is still being daggered and kissed upon. The big lumps of lava landing on the Skyran's head. A double kill for K1. Abed is going to be able to survive as the push forward from Beast Coast was beginning.
Yeah. Before, we also used phrases like on top of wave shoving, power spike. That was the big one. You know, if you don't have anything smart to say, just say, yeah, the power spike for Phantom Lancer is Diffusal Blade. Exactly.
Yeah.
So, yeah, back inside the pit they go. Solar Crest and Spectre, she's just gonna be on top of Scarlet Mage every single time. He does not have a defensive item yet. Tries to farm a Ghost Scepter. Do they take this fight? BKB flying out to Ember Spirit. That's gonna be a big one.
There's a curse. They catch the Snapfire with Chris Luck there, but Roshan's already dead. Arena comes through, the cookie dodges over it. Now Chris Luck has got himself out there.
Power
Power
shot
shot misses. Beast Coast. Spectre now hitting a really strong power spike with the Aegis and a Skadi soon as well, Lacoste.
Exactly, that was a big power spike, just getting that Manta style. Where's he getting the gold from? Like,
It's K1, dude.
K1, he knows how to farm. He might be the best farmer in the world, just by being efficient. And if you give him a hero like that, plus you also give him some kind of a steroid, which they have too. You have Empower plus a Solar Crest in this game. He's gonna pop off, and we can see the difference already. Naga Siren going into Butterfly next. It's gonna be damage. Illusions are decently tanky against Ember Spirit. You have Kyiv against Spectre. Now this Scott is just gonna ruin people. You jump on someone on top of it, Wyvern in the back lines, Skyrat Mage, you want to take out to these two supports, possibly force Winter Wyvern to use ulti on Spectre, and then you don't have anything. A lot of confusion, because this is what Ember Spirit does, this is what Spectre does, Mortimer's Kiss is landing. They have like a long-range way to stop the kisses, and he's going into Ags, which is very interesting, something that I've not seen at all.
Well, the kisses, like you mentioned, coming out. Shockwave back into them, fly. Oh, the last one lands. Winter Wyvern, Thord, and Beast Coast come in for the mid-tier one. Butterfly done for the Naga Siren, so maybe some stopping power there for EG to contend with its Radiant team, but Isis Arena Spear whiffing out a little bit on the combo, and Chris Luck jumping in towards his Remnants. Should be able to find the Mars here with another slight, maybe a chains, and K1 diving into the back lines. Well, Ice with a great blink. He's back up onto high ground.
It's too much. The Spectre has too much farm at the moment. Scotty, Manta style, 22 minutes in on top of the Blade Mail. 500 gold, already knows what he's gonna go for. Basher for a bit more control, and then going into MKB to deal with the Butterfly, which I think is the correct choice, and Vindrun on top of it, so you counter both of the cores with one item.
Yeah, it's a great choice. And they'll see that Butterfly on the Naga now, see the illusions with it. Beast Coast playing very tight together.
Snapfire going for that Aghanim Scepter.
Yeah, you were mentioning.
It's a saving tool as well. You can't save people with the Winter's Curse because the AoE is too big, radius 525, and you need to be on top of someone. I believe it's 150.
Oh, this is
on Gobble Up.
This is a bit tasty. Smoke into smoke. Arteezy, EG boys, they want to try and break out of this rut. They've given Beast Coast a lot of room in the past 5-6 minutes, while Beast Coast are looking to push their advantage. Tier 1 mid being pressured. Glyphed up here for a sec, and Chris Luck does have that 9-second BKB still at his disposal. Can he dodge away the spear straight through the slight?
Very close.
Ember Spirit's out there, but they will get the tier 1 claimed regardless.
Radiant's middle tower has fallen.
Beast Coast instead opting to go down to that bottom lane. 2 towers, pretty simple objectives for them to take out. And a bit of a flip in terms of where they want to play the map as well. You know, holding Aegis, knowing there is no Roshan, playing bottom lane feels quite natural for the Radiant team at this point.
It's going to be another free tower for Beast Coast. EG cannot take a fight at the moment. What seems to be a 3,000 net worth lead for Beast Coast feels more 6-7 in my book. Just this Aegis that we need to count in.
Yeah.
It's going to be gone in a minute. I don't even think they can burst Spectre if they use like Mars Arena, Focus Fire, plus Skyrat Mage ulti. There could potentially be save coming out from the Aghanim Scepter Snapfire. They will go for the high ground, ton of damage already.
Yeah, the spear back. Trapped up against the barracks and a Mystic Flare there. He Blade Mails Mantas, K1 and snared. They need to finish him off and kill off the Aegis, which they do so. An RP though, Whisper turned around on by the Winter's Curse, but the kisses, so much magic damage. Arteezy's nearly dead. Cold Embrace will save him as they try to burst through this. On Beast Coast side, the Stinger Viper dies while Spectre has haunted but stunned and held by the sleep. The reset again from EG. Beast Coast can't save her up. They need to get in there. Get the Spectre out, the Cookie and the dagger. Gets K1 to the low ground, but in comes Ice. With the Spirit, oh, he's dead. He's 1v4.
There's no follow-up. Like, they managed to burst down Spectre. She was hitting at half HP. He used everything. He used Blade Mail and Manta Style. It's similar to, like, when you use a BKB before Aegis. So, a bit of a misplay there coming out from K1 still. Most important thing is they deal damage tower, and they also survive on pretty much everyone except their position 5.
Now, we do see there the strength of that song against the Spectre. Like BSJ was saying, whenever she haunts, you just song, just wait, bide your time. Beast Coast, though, showing they've got plenty of maneuverability items. You see the Magnus with that Force Staff, the Cookie, of course. And Schofield can go for the Blink and the Aghanim Shard, so then he can start blinking on top of people and gobbling them up. While Viper finishes off a nice little Glimmer Cape there, so tons of saves.
His job is pretty much try to break.
Hello?
Oh!
How you doing?
Is it a plane? Is it a bird? No, it's K1. Chris Luck. Apologies.
They don't get a kill off the back of it. And Arbed, shackle shot. Flying through towards the Remnants while an Arena Spear catches out the Snapfire. She's got a Cookie, 10 stick charges. Cookie's into the middle of the arena though. The Gladiator trying to battle with her opponents. Still falling.
Yeah. It's when you click accept.
RTZ. They force the BKB. Chris Luck should just, pop the taunt and run away.
He should be fine.
Unless Arbed says no. Shackle shot. He's still got slight chains. He's still got Remnant. Arbed giving the chase back in towards Chris Luck. They're expending his spells. But Ember Spirit, in the end, not an easy hero to kill off. And this is a lot of room still for K1. 2,000 gap between him and the Naga Siren. And that's indicated, of course, by that Basher he's picked up. And like you mentioned, the MKB coming shortly after.
This is where Naga Siren needs to get out of the map, start split pushing, Butterfly done, BKB done, so you have a saving tool for yourself. You don't care too much about Mortimer's Kisses. We've seen in the previous fight that he was getting very low until save from Wyvern came in.
Yeah, it feels like we need that Skadi or something for the Naga as well. Some tier 3 items being grabbed up. Titan Sliver there for the Spectre. I guess we give the Enchanted Quiver to the Ember Spirit, potentially. Oh, he's keeping the Bullwhip.
Right now, just regioning the mana. That's the plan, and then he will put it in. Paladin Sword.
That's clever.
And it also gives you more mobility. I think what needs to be fixed about the Bullwhip is you should not stop when you use it on yourself.
It's annoying.
It's super annoying.
So I don't think there are too many items that do that. It's like Shadow Amulet. Stops you when you actually do get the full effect.
Yeah, imagine if you stop every single time you use an item. Like Blade Mail, stop. Sorry, I need to click again. Manta stop. Oops.
Input more commands, please. Well, EG putting themselves in a good position to start a fight. That's what they need to do, or feel the need to do. Playing that bottom jungle, trying to shove out the waves.
Big power spike for Spectre. Getting level 20, the extra 400 HP talent.
If you didn't hear it, he just smiled at me, by the way, guys.
Yeah. So, going into Abyssal Blade, an item that you usually don't see. Mars Arena.
Yeah, that's the fight they wanted, a pick-off. Onto the snap, and RTZ song so they can run away from the haunt. The real one's not here. K1 is stuck up in that top lane, so Beast Coast very likely don't want to be fighting. EG now an opening for them to grab this tier 2 mid lane, as Roshan has already respawned. They won't know that just yet. Shard, Cheese, and the Aegis all up in there. And Arbed, oh, he's invis. If they catch a glimpse of one of these heroes in the back, they could get a tasty pick-off. But they're playing quite passively. Move it back, control the Radiant Triangle, control the Roshan. That is the key objective right now for both teams. And Chris Luck here, always in the fog. I don't know if they've got an idea of where he's playing around in that little creep camp area, but Arteezy's come across. Naga Siren there and snares the Viper. The Abyssal Blade though. K1 catching out Arteezy, the Cold Embracer now. The jump from Chris Luck. Great Winter's Curse though, back into walls. Beast Coast. It does catch the Illu, but it resets the fight at least. Crit will give his life as Whisper. Doesn't land the RP, but maybe now on Arbed. Oh, no! They missed the Gobble Spit. They missed out on the RP. The Bash is not coming.
Force RP.
Roshan, no!
He didn't get it off. Okay, I mean, they let him go. Unfortunately, Arteezy did not have a song. That heal kind of killed him there. They have ton of damage, ton of magical damage that goes through that cold embrace, and now inside the pit, there they go. Roche dropping low. Is anyone in vicinity to try and steal it? Not really. So that's Cheese Aegis plus a shard. Spectre wanted to buy the shard for herself, so probably gonna take it. That's the shard that allows you to cast Dispersion on a hero that dealt damage to you, and illusion lasts 5 seconds. It's also very low cooldown. Let's say you get hit by a power shot randomly across the map, you go in.
Yeah. Jump straight onto her.
With that Abyssal Blade, it allows you to get more control in the team fights, especially against the Ghost Scepters and the BKBs. As we said, not the items that we see lately quite a lot because the cast range got nerfed heavily. You need to like click on the Abyssal Blade, please, Scriff. Like, what is that circle?
Show the range.
What is that?
It's minuscule. I feel like the heroes that still want to buy it are the ones with serious gap close, like Phantom Lance or Spectre, who can just get on top of people quite easily. And even then, it's sometimes a rarity. Beast Coast with his second Roshan, though. Haven't really had too many issues with the Naga split pushing. Tier 2s are still standing all across all 3 lanes. And Beast Coast the ones pressing forwards towards the Dire base. And this is very likely just going to be a high ground attempt, isn't it, Lacoste? They've got RP, they've got Haunt.
They got everything.
Straight up to the tier 3 we go. EG have to have some form of response here. They can't just keep back farming. Arteezy has to make a move because the Haunt is straight onto Fly. Jumping back. Spectre doesn't want to go into Fountain just yet. But Crit and Arbet taking a lot of damage from those illusions.
That Abyssal that we mentioned, he goes in with the Haunt, deletes, and buyback is available, but he does not want to use it, but will probably force to be used. Once the tower drops, if they get a good spear off, this is when the buyback comes in.
Yeah, we do have a Yule's up on that Ember Spirit now, Yule's and BKB, so multiple ways to get away from that Skywrath or the Wind Ranger. And the melee rack's top. Forfeited by EG.
And look at what Arteezy's doing on the minimap. 3 illusions, 3 pink spots, just cutting every single creep wave possible.
It's what he has to do. It's a little bit of desperation there from EG, it feels like. Giving up that top lane of racks. They know they can't fight into this double life of Spectre. Try and get the most out of the rest of the map as you can. And Beast Coast, they'll have to filter back and defend. Bring the Ember Spirit mid, put the Spectre bottom, shove out the waves again, systematically move across the river.
Shackle connects on Viper.
They will find Stinger. An easy one for Arbed. That Blink Shackle shot. And Focus Fire, reasonably low cooldown now. Might even be able to go again if Beast Coast give them a glimpse of another target. Silver Edge for Arteezy.
Big item. Being able to break Spectre, break Viper. Viper is relatively tanky. You want to use it on Spectre anyway, but a decent pickup. You can also be able to split push even more and potentially get a kill. Let's say someone smokes behind you, you catch Ember Spirit with the Blink Shackle shot, he's straight up dead. Abed also investing all of his gold, which is a correct choice here, going for the MKB. They need damage.
Everyone's investing every bit of their gold. I mean, Chris Luck here bought the Aghanim Scepter, gets onto Crit. Skywrath done for, and Abed, Spiderlegs BKB on the high ground. He's going to try TP on RP, but the RP! Whisper catches the Wind Ranger, dead for 70.
He can afford to go for it. Has that refresher
he does.
already done.
And they spent so much money. I was just about to start asking you how important buybacks would be in the coming minutes, because Beast Coast just buy out a ton of huge items.
Beast Coast thinks that they can end the game, which is correct. If they have like one good fight with that Aegis still up and running for another minute, they want to take it.
Arteezy dusted under sentry, and they've got everybody here. BKB for the Naga, but in comes the RP after the Abyssal Blade, and down goes the Naga Siren. Beast Coast rallying around that Spectre and thinking about how they can finish the game now.
Was waiting just in case the Abyssal Blade wasn't ready or if they don't get the bash. Safe choice is a safe choice. He does not have buyback. Like, they should go in and poke it, see what happens. Because without the Naga Siren, they cannot split push. None of these heroes are very good at it.
Chris Luck, though, a lot of magic damage. Ember Spirit gone. He has buyback, but that might just slow down Beast Coast's aggression.
Really not necessary to go for that kind of a play. They still have this long duration silence plus a stun coming out from the Mars. Need to be very careful. I wouldn't mind if Beast Ghost just goes in and, again, sees what happens. They have 30 seconds. Even without Chris Luck, they still have a decent amount of damage. Age is gone in a second.
Yeah.
MKB also done in the backpack.
They can swap that one in. And nobody's stopping him from hitting this building. K1 is just on your tier 3. Hitting barracks with some illusions. And so Beast Coast get an objective back up. And now they can start thinking about that third Roshan and the fight around it. It's been such a great Spectre game here from K1. 30,000 net worth almost. His net worth just went down by quite a lot. Oh, he sold his treads, right? Oh, sorry, he sold his boots. And he's buying out a BKB. Oh, I was wondering why it went from like 29.5 to 28.5. I was like, oh, what's happened there? Oh, yeah, of course. He's got spider legs.
Yeah, and now with the BKB and spider legs that you mentioned, you have that move speed that you need, and you have a defensive tool.
Another catch on the snap. 2 kills in quick succession there for EG. And Beast Coast giving targets where they really don't need to. Song and Dust coming in onto the Viper. Oh, do they see the Magnus as well? He's hiding in the trees. They could go for him, but I think Whisper's safe and sound. They'll give up the Stinger Viper instead.
No.
Chris Luck. Oh, he's stunned up. They'll lose
Luck.
the Ember Spirit as well. EG come out in force, finding 3 kills in a row.
Beast Ghost, they were not on the same page. You can see Magnus going out with the Skewer while Chris Luck just decides to go in. They already lost both of their supports. One of the supports have buyback, the other one is 150 gold short. He needs to be careful. Those shackles are on point, plus the silence. He does not get a BKB off.
It's instant from EG. They catch a glimpse of him, just a pixel of the Ember Spirit, and you're getting silenced, stunned, and dead. And now EG in a forward position, split pushing, cutting waves. Naga Siren's so good when she's able to play aggressively like this from the Radiant Triangle. He even grabs a leveler as well if they want to think about high ground, but again, for now...
Respecting the high ground defense with double skewer, double RP available.
And there's the jump. Straight onto Wiseye Sight. I think they saw him with that Radiant Observer Ward off to the right.
And back to Wyvern.
And into the Wyvern, yeah, haunting in.
Also flying
Moving forward
illusion.
onto Fly, illusion from the dispersion back towards Arbed, but it's the dagger onto Fly. The RP, fake pumped, Winter's Curse comes out. And with RTs, he looks to get snare. They've got the Mystic Flare. Snapfire's still alive. Arbed, though, they blow through Whisper and back onto K1 Spectre. BKB Spider Legs back to high ground. Schofield on the run as well. Beast Coast, they need buybacks. They've got some good kisses in there onto Crit. But Evil Geniuses, they are holding out.
Another song available. They forced the buyback from Whisper. Spectre was dropping low. There's still enough damage to kill this Spectre. If she's isolated, blinking in, faking that RP, what got him killed, maybe just leave it to the Spectre next time. If there's no one around, Winter's Curse will last only 2.5 seconds instead of the full duration. So it's something that was changed recently. Now Lotus Orb. This is a big item against the Shackle Shot, against the Winter's Curse, and also remove that silence plus from the Skywrath Mage.
And EG really showing this execution, spot-on stuff. Keeping themselves in the game, keeping it competitive, because it started to feel that with that second Roshan, the maneuvers forward from Beast Coast, it was starting to get out of contest there for EG. But third Roshan up in 3 seconds, definitely the next big point at which we want to fight.
A bit of a Kale there for EG. We'll reconnect.
So what do we got there? Gem up on Schofield, Eon Disc on Crit, Skywrath Mage, Spell Prism, Arbed. So tons of shackle shots flying out towards them.
Magnus needs to be careful. He has Shadowblade queued up. Might want to think about getting the Eon Disc just so that you survive through that initial burst, have a status resistance. Let's say they shackle you. Great against Winter Wyvern ulti on top of it. Doesn't have gold though. You have 300 gold. But you gotta stay positive. Next row, Sean
what's
will respawn in
now,
like right now. There we go.
What's Snapfire building, by the way? As we see another Eon Disc there for the Wyvern, because Snap has a Shadow Amulet, but going into Yule's. Is that Shadow Amulet just to hide? I guess so.
Chappie would be proud.
There you go.
By looking at this build. Usually you sell everything else and keep only the amulet.
by all the obs and sentries, by all the smokes, a few TPs. You want to keep your brown boots though so you can run faster down the lane, maybe a windlace as well. In the mid lane getting shoved down by EG. Stinger there. There's the Viper doing a great job with Netatoxin just holding back against the illusions.
It's a good way to hide
K1
while using Mortimer's Kisses.
That's a good point, yeah. K1 and Chris Luck, hyper aggressive. Oh, look at him go. He's silenced up and he's going to BKB. Flies Winter Wyvern, Cold embraces herself, but in comes the Abyssal Blade and the Horn.
On disc.
They're jumping towards the Wyvern. Fly has the curse towards the Spectral Illusions while Chris Luck is toying with the backline. Crit's nearly dead, burnt alive, even through the Ghost Scepter. Stinger down though in the back, Viper inside that arena, but look at Abed. Has to focus fire Chris Luck. Well, Whisper, well, does he have anything left here? Any RP, they do have it, but the blink away. Abed's caught with no BKB. Oh, the Eon Disc. Chris Luck survived.
Finally.
He still dies though. Dead for a minute and a half. Abed solo RP'd. Spear on the Spectre though, they can't close the gap onto him.
Another RP.
And an RP on Arteezy.
Where's the follow-up?
I don't know, man, it's not coming. They've got Abyssal Blade and stuns onto Ice. Instead, they go on the Mars because the Naga, too difficult to contend with. Arteezy, he's on the run back from K1.
They need to get back. If they get a good shackle on Spectre, they might be able to kill her. Buyback from Abed, Blink Dagger available.
Oh, that was close.
They got nothing out of that. They lost Chris Luck once again. Eon Disc assembled, and he decides to go in, but it's only 2.5 second duration. Roche is up. What does he have? Refresher.
He's got goodies.
He's got some good stuff.
And with that minus armor, it's so quick. Evil Genius is in the pit. Is that their first Roche of the game, isn't it?
It is. And they will give it to Abed. He used the buyback, so they want to still have another hero potentially in the game. No buyback on Arteezy, just a 200 gold short, but we'll have it for the next fight.
Pretty much no one's got buyback at this point. What's the Spectre got now? So a Refresher Orb?
Refresher Orb,
What does she get rid of?
Blade Mail. The Blade Mail is not there anymore.
You're correct.
Took me a second to,
yeah, me too. I was like, hang on a second.
Let me try to figure out.
It's not the boots. It's not. It's not
I'm a boomer, Gary. You know, even Team Secret couldn't figure out which starting items they had the other day. So
they needed someone to screenshot it from the stream for them.
Can't blame me.
Sometimes it is difficult to remember these things. Can't blame you at all. But yeah, now we're gonna have the double Abyssal, BKB and Horn up for K1 Spec.
No RP for 25, no refresher for 50 on Magnus.
Still smoking up though. Beast Coast. That bottom outpost, not in their hands right now. And K1 shows himself on an illusion. A lot of illusions coming from Arteezy as well. That is the big threat from this Naga throughout the game. Controlling the waves.
Wyvern holding onto refresher shard, so double ulti, double heal possibly, a double Minotaur Horror, so budget BKB, and also Eon Disc, but Eon Disc is not that great with the refresher because it drops below the threshold, and one tick is gonna proc it again.
Pretty much. That gives you a little bit of time to reset. Maybe cast the Winter's Curse though. BC realizing they could maybe go and finish that bottom lane of barracks.
Need to be careful with Eon Disc on Wyvern. You use Winter's Curse while having Eon Disc, you deal no damage.
A smoke from EG.
When that item first came out, I was like, why am I not doing damage? Am I stupid? I mean, the answer is still yes, but you know, I just had to reread it what it's actually doing.
Oh, Chris Luck! Oh, he gets away. Out he goes, but the Song of the Siren onto this haunted Spectre. EG sticking around, they want to fight Stinger with that shiny golden Viper arriving. The damage over time, even through the cold embrace. RP comes in, Whisper gets the two of them, but it's the Aegis first. The life expended, but the Winter's Curse in there to save the Arteezy Naga. Has to BKB inside this arena, Isis trying to zone them out. Schofield gobbling up the Ember, spinning him away from the Shackle shot as Abed looks to focus Chris Luck, but the damage, so much physical burn through K1. Beyond godlike like Spectre looking for the Wyvern now.
Another curse available.
He's on the fly. You've got a curse on the Magnus, sure, but Arteezy and Ice, they're your only damage dealers right now. They kill Fly, Schofield traded out, but Chrislock's still going, and they've got a Spectre coming in from the top side too. In we go to the Mars. Arteezy and Crit, can they deal with K1? Naga versus Spectre, but K1's winning. He's got Chrislock behind him. Ember Spirit slapping around with these lights of fist. Oh, he's got a change towards Crit as well, maybe here. Yules him into the air. Remnant across and through the Ghost Scepter. They're doing tons of damage.
Spectre's still alive, level 28.
They can't deal with a Spec,
damage.
man.
But she's available on Arteezy, so he can pop it.
Arteezy alone at this point. He's got Mantha, he's got Cheese, trying to toy with Beast Ghost. Sure, but they're not letting him hit anybody.
And
the burst hit, bash!
Perfect.
Naga's down, and Beast goes for the team wipe.
Oh, it doesn't get better than this. Actually gets the first hit bash in the end. The Satanic was popped. Can't get the cheese off. Like, Song was available as well, so he could potentially reset. Sometimes, you know, luck is on your side.
RNG for K1.
But it was nicely executed. Chris Luck goes on to crit 2 times in a row. Crit's Luck actually, you know, gets rid of, can't really do too much. You pop that Ghost Scepter, you have Eon Disc, but he has tools to deal with it, can dispel it with the Yule Scepter as an Eon Disc for himself, and Spectre is just going. Spectre has 6,000 gold gear, level 29, and once you get those other items as well, it's gonna hurt quite a lot.
Yeah, they're going up to tier 3s. I mean, it's this age-old battle of carry with Basher versus carry with no Basher. Arteezy has had to buy one himself, and is showing off now. Gets a bash onto Spec, forces out the BKB, and Beast Coast a little bit more wary of their positioning here. Don't want to overstep their bounds.
Easy there. He maybe overestimated how much damage those illusions deal.
And Artur wants that Abyssal Blade. I mean, buyback-wise now, what are we looking at? Nobody with buyback, maybe a couple of Spectre, Magnus, so definitely Beast Coast favored buyback-wise. Snapfire will have hers in 40 gold as well.
Wyvern ultis are not on point this game. Most of the time it's used on Spectre illusion just to keep Spectre there in place. Maybe if it's used on a hero, she's gonna be actually dealing some damage, but unfortunately it's not that easy. You see that Manta style pop, you see all the Haunt illusions, you see illusion coming up from the Dispersion with that shard upgrade, and now going into Nullifier to deal with the Eon Disc, to deal with those Ghost Scepters on top of it.
Yeah. Oh, we've got another Refresher Orb as well, by the way. Ember Spirit.
So yeah, with the Aghanim Scepter, refresh your Fire Remnants, go in and out multiple times, refresh your Eon Disc and the BKB most importantly.
So what, 4 Slices of Fist, like 9 Remnants, whatever it is. Tons of ways to juke in and out of fights and do all that damage as well. Arteezy moving with his pack of illusions here. K1 refresh BKBs though. Arteezy gets swung on, and Chris Luck in the back gets out of the silence with his BKB. Remnants towards Crit. He wants the Scarlet Mage. He refreshes, but there's the Eon Disc. Crit is back to his tier 4s. Chris Luck, he still wants him, but in the front line fight, they've got the catch onto the Naga. The die back of Arteezy, and Beast Coast have the numbers advantage into the tier 4s, onto Fly, and Chris Luck is toying with them at this point.
It's just not enough damage for EG. This game, without Naga Siren for 2 minutes, they don't have that break mechanic, they don't have enough damage to deal with the Spectre. Spectre about to hit level 30, actually, so she's gonna unlock all the talents pretty much. I don't think it's gonna come to that point. Maybe if they get the full team wipe, and here we see Magnus still lurking around.
Find Chris Luck, but the gobble up save spits him forward. They want to go aggressive. Cookie around, back onto Mars. Winter Skirts this time. Onto the Vipers. Maybe a kill. It is a good one from Fly. They don't get the kill, but a shackle shot there. Forces the buyback out of Chris Luck. The trouble is, EG are running out of resources and an RP. That should secure the victory for Beast Coast. 2 heroes stunned up, and K1 with a triple.
Oh man, what a game. Much better performance from Beast Coast in the second one. EG made it look easy in game number 1, but Beast Coast in the end showing what they're made of. They got their heroes. Chris Luck struggling a bit at the start. Didn't have enough to deal with Skyrat Mage rotations, that long duration silence, instant 6 seconds, and in the end, like K1, what he's good at is farming some creeps. If you have Empower on him, he's even better.
Yeah, give him that steroid, and it comes back to the early laning stage as well, right? They tri-laned, they got some kills, they forced that Naga Scarth mage to be on the back foot from the very beginning, and it really set up K1 for success. And again, you know, Chris Luck and Whisper there, the perfect supporting cast to K1's carry.
Yeah, and looking at their cameras, they're not too happy about it. Maybe coming into this series, their mentality was, you know, exactly, we're gonna 2-0 them. We feel very confident, but I think it's still a good result because EG, they looked super strong. Now Beast goes with the draw here. Very pleasantly surprised, you know, in the second game.